Hello and welcome to another SEGA News Bits. I'm Barry. With me is George.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. No. And we've got some more Sonic news for you. This actually was, this hit the interwebs on Sunday night. It's information from New York's Toy Fair, specifically the Tomy Toy booth, who holds the license for Sonic toys. They had a lot of signs up. We actually covered it in the Sonic Boom information that we have in another News Bits, but there's a bunch of information on this one flyer that was hanging up there. I don't know how they crammed all of this on there. In fact, it's almost kind of hard to read. So I can imagine that it was, I don't know how they thought they could get all this information out there with one friggin' flyer, but let's go through it real quick. So there is a lot of stuff happening this year. Unfortunately, they're not mentioning the new Sonic game on this thing, but what they do mention are a bunch of events. So the first one is a party at GDC hosted by SGN, who I am assuming is this like social game company. I'm not exactly sure. They don't make it that clear. But at this event, they're going to be planning events for Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom, and they'll also be celebrating 25 years of Sonic with art and music. So I'm not expecting much from this one. I mean, George, would you go to a Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom party?
Absolutely. It's one of the best mobile games ever. It's one of my favorite games. I play before I go to bed at night. I think about it when I sleep, and when I wake up, that's the first thing I check on my phone.
Yeah, you have restless leg syndrome. You're like running in your sleep.
Of course, and
yeah.
you know,
I think we would go to any event that Sega invites us to, but it doesn't sound like the big event. But hey, there's more events going on, so let's check this out. Next up is something much cooler. It's at South by Southwest, and you know that's where all the cool people hang out.
I've heard.
And then the panel is going to be called History of Sonic, and details are actually online. They've been online for a bit, and it's taking place Saturday, March 19th from 3:30 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. It's going to be hosted by the Sonic Social Network media manager. I think his name's pronounced Aaron Weber. I'm not exactly sure.
Who's that? I've never heard of that.
I'm not that good with American names. So the other person is called Austin Keys, who sounds like a musician, but he's not. He's actually SEGA Director of Product Development, and I've never heard of this guy. Have you heard of him?
No, I haven't, but he has a good name. I like it.
Yeah, and then Director of Product Development. Makes me wonder if he might be the one responsible for, I don't know, like the Sega Genesis merch we've been seeing, or like the data disc records. So it's going to be interesting to hear what he does. Maybe we'll bring him on the show for an interview sometime. There's also a couple voice actors. We have Mike Pollock, who does the voice of Dr. Eggman, and we also have Roger Craig Smith, who does the voice of
Knuckles Shadow.
We'll edit in who he does. I can't remember. Damn it. Anyway, Sonic team head Takashi Iizuka will also be there. And then, Roger Craig Smith does the voice of Sonic. The co-creator of Sonic is going to be there, Yuji Naka. So do you think they're going to have like a wrestling match between Naka and Iizuka?
No, maybe, but I think Naka would win. I've seen him on Twitter. I mean, on Facebook. That guy's in shape, dude. He still looks in his prime.
Yeah, he'll be wearing his orange socks and his orange tie from Prope. But yeah, so that should be a really cool panel. The only thing is it's only 45 minutes long. And when you have that many influential people, I don't know what they're going to cover.
10 minutes each?
I guess. But, you know, it could be this is where I can't imagine this is where they announce a new game, but they could. Or they could actually, if they announce it before March 19th, go into it further. But I think this will be something to watch. If you're at South by Southwest, don't people go to like concerts there?
For music. That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's like, sorry guys, I have a History of Sonic panel to go to.
You would think that they would have done like maybe more of a musical event there.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But
they also have an art event and celebration mural planned. And it's not made clear if that is at South by Southwest. I don't think it is. But it sounds cool. Maybe they're going to have like various artists from the franchise there doing drawings. And I know way back in 2000, 2001-ish, they did a Jet Set Radio like live graffiti artist. So maybe they'll do something like that. They've done that for Sonic before, actually. They did a Generations mural that hung in the offices at SEGA of America. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. And then another interesting addition to the dedicated events list is something called 25th Anniversary Party. What do you think this is?
I don't know. Did they ever say where it's going to be at or anything?
No, they don't. And I don't know. I feel like this might be the Sonic Boom event
of this year.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna go with Sonic Boom as a name because it's too confusing
and tainted.
Like, oh, well, how can you have like come to Sonic Boom and you're like, what is it? It's an event for Sonic's 25th anniversary. Is it about the Bandaged Guys TV show? And they'd be like, no. Well, they're there. So I think they need to retitle that. So maybe that's what it is. That would be cool.
Winter of Sonic or something like that. Call it that.
Yeah, something of that. They also have Comic-Con events, and they've done that in the past, I believe.
They just had their games there so people could play them. I'm assuming this might be what it's going to be, where it's going to be like Sonic Boom and they're going to have like a booth.
That's likely. Yeah, so I mean, all of these events that we mentioned, they're taking place between March and about maybe June, July. Something like a 25th anniversary party, unless they've really been planning it, I can't imagine that happening until the fall.
Yeah, maybe September if they're really on it, but I mean, it'd be little. Where would they even have it? New York, or
I don't know. New York, LA, Chicago. One of the. I'd like to have it. I'd like to have it here. It would be easy for me to travel. The other thing mentioned on the flyer is dedicated merchandise, and this isn't all that exciting. There's fashion collaborations, which we've been seeing recently. 25th anniversary collections. They say. I don't really know what a 25th anniversary collection is. Maybe they're not talking about games, so I have no idea what that could be. And then art collaborations. So, boy, I guess we don't really know what these things are. And then, oddly, they just have a section where it says classic video games, but there's no real word on, like, are they going to be re-releasing games? Are they just going to say, hey, classic video games exist? If you own them, go play them. I'm not exactly sure. And they also have a section on digital and social buzz, and this includes YouTube unboxing events and original videos. Can you imagine what kind of unboxings they'd be doing?
Probably rare stuff they have in the archives, and they're going to taint with their fingers.
Aaron's just going to rip open, like, this is a launch day Dreamcast with, no.
There's only 5 of these made. Watch me rip it open.
Yeah, signed by the entire development team. No, I guess maybe Tomy Toy unboxings. I can't imagine it being a game unboxing because those are so boring nowadays. They don't even have manuals, so what's the point?
Unless they do a limited edition.
That's something. And I mean, SEGA of America at least has done a lot of special launch editions of games recently, so that's a possibility. And then it's not too very exciting from there. They basically have quarterly social media events planned, as well as a basically landing pages for websites. They call them gateway pages, you know, just like a web URL will be like, oh yeah, here's the Twitter happenings, here's the event stuff. So nothing too exciting there. There's a Sonic podcast planned, and it's going to be on a site called Podcast One, where they have a lot of commercial podcasts. So maybe like an official SEGA endorsed Sonic podcast. Who would you want? Like. Who would you want to host it? Izuka?
Yeah, no, I think Aaron's gonna have to host it, right?
I hope so. I think he'd make a good host.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know, but yeah. So it was a lot of stuff we just went through, but yeah. If it sounds like we're a little confused about some things or unsure about other things, it's because the flyer isn't very well designed. It doesn't do a very good job telling us exactly what's going on, but it does give us at least some hints. So they've got something planned for Sonic's 25th anniversary, and I guess we'll have to see see how it pans out. Which of all the things on here are you most interested in?
The 25th anniversary party would be pretty cool.
Would you go to it?
If it was close enough, yeah, I'd go to it.
What if it was like at my house?
At your house?
Yeah.
That's pretty far. I maybe. Yeah, I think I could probably do it.
Okay.
But
cool.
I mean, it'd be a really, really small house. I mean, it'd be like no rooms, so like there'd be like 1,000 people. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have our own birthday party or something. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And you know, once we actually have more information, we'll do proper coverage of these things. But I just thought it would be fun to go through here, speculate on some things, and pick it apart. So yeah, if you're listening to this, let us know what events you're most interested in. Maybe speculate on what some of this dedicated merchandise or unboxing could be. And we'll see if Aaron Weber gets his own podcast. If you'd like more Sega news, check us out at segabits.com. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our social networks.